This morning I tried to stay a little bit on my side and not be too bold, if you will. And so I just sort of stayed on my side, but it was a little different. You're sitting in the other coaching office and that type of thing. But it's been long enough. I thought it would be a lot harder. Like I was saying with David Legwan when he started first game. He'd been here for so long, and Leggy, I watched a bit of that. I saw it on NHL Tonight because we played on the same night, and Leggy going in the wrong penalty box. I mean, I get that. I texted him actually and said, I get that. I understand that. And I think it would have been a lot harder. But now I've been there for in Washington for 44 games roughly, and I think to me it was a good separation that it wasn't too emotional. I'm a Washington Capital. Will I always have a Nashville Predator tattoo? Absolutely. Yeah. I think it'll be more businesslike. I think once I go to lunch and I sort of get into game mode, I'll be fine. Obviously, we got a great test. The Preds are doing fantastic. And talk about a little bit of a benchmark game for us against the Preds. It is one of those things. In Washington, I didn't get a chance to watch the Preds, but I trust me, I checked the scores and all that, and actually cheer like crazy for them. They're doing great. Fans, the building's electric every night, and you got an exciting team. And seeing some of Pekka back in net and seeing the way he's played and that it brings all good memories. And they got a strong club. And Peter's done a great job. Young Forsberg's having a fantastic year, and he's probably turned it into probably a two-horse race, in my opinion. The young man in Florida playing defense is right up there with him. But they sort of turned it into a two-man race. Peter right now, there's no question, is hands down the coach of the year in my opinion, and you're going to have some good things happening here this year. I stayed low key. I didn't go out and walk to town or anything like that yesterday, and just went out for the family and stayed low key and stayed at the hotel for the most part. And then today, obviously meeting everybody. But I am emotional. When it comes to certain things, be it family or children or things that I care about, I do get emotional and I will tear up and I'll be myself. But we'll see how that goes tonight. There'll probably be some emotion, but for the most part, I think when you get into the hockey mode, we'll get playing hockey. We're playing the top team in the National Hockey League right now, so they're not going to give us any breaks. They're going to come at us. I know this building. I'm trying to warn them that this building has great electricity. And I was talking with Pekka. I mean, you're 17-2-1 or something like that at home. Those are numbers that we used to create, a few years back when we were going pretty good, and you always have a sense that you're going to win the game. And Peck said it says 2-2, we're tie game, we're winning the hockey, and you just knew it. And we used some of that, and that you have that going right now. And I'm trying to convey that to my team that this is a hard building to play in. When Ken Hitchcock played it up best, he said, going into Nashville on a weekend, he said Saturday night, this is a Friday night, but it's going to feel like Saturday. It is the Coliseum. It's a Roman Coliseum coming in here. You've got a good team that is a hard forecheck, transition-based team that doesn't give you a lot, and you got active defensemen and good goaltending, and this is a big test for us. No, I was just seeing what their lines were actually, to see if Bobby Nye was in or not, or Stallworth was in or not. I didn't have nothing. It was more business at that point, and then said hi to a couple guys. A couple guys came by, and I've always been an easy target for them sometimes. They were giving me a shot, I give them a shot back. So it was all good. It was all good fun. And I don't know if I'll ever have the longevity that I had here, but I'm trying to do a lot of the same things that we did here in Nashville, bring it to Washington, and hopefully create a lot of the good things that we were able to create here. And looking back at it now, I mean, it's a total different experience. City's a lot different. Obviously, Washington D.C. is a big city, and it's different. And I'm in another conference, which is which is different, and we live more downtown versus in Brentwood, away from sort of more in the outskirts. So it's actually been good. It's been a little bit of hard transition, probably as probably noted, for my son. That's been the hardest thing, but I think in the long run, it's good. It sort of re-energized myself. I think it also re-energized the Preds, and that's the best of both worlds. So I think both teams are doing pretty well. So I think, as you say, the workout for both. Yeah, absolutely. It's a great life experience for me and my family, and it's a great experience that you got another voice and just a change. And even if it doesn't have to be the biggest change, but it was, and it was a good change, and it's worked out for, I think, hopefully for both. My legacy probably in Nashville is that I can come here hopefully 10 years from now and maybe have some grandkids and sit up in the stands and watch a great NHL game in Nashville, Tennessee. I know the ins and outs of the early years, if we were even going to be around. So at the end of the day, I look at it as a little bit of hopefully had a small piece in keeping things stable when they weren't very stable. And that's David Boyle and ownership and all the people that have been here from day one to sort of be hopefully a stabilizing force in a face that people can recognize, like Terry Crisp and myself and Brett Peterson that I'm looking in the background, and Pete Weber, and so that there was a connection with the community. So there's great roots here, and you see it every night in the fan base, and that's probably going to be my legacy, which is okay, which is good.